Okay, today's video is going to be going over, we're going to have another video introducing 3D shapes. However, this time it's going to be a bit different because instead of looking at the shape after it has been formed, now we're going to be looking at their net shapes. Now, again, a big thing on your formula chart we're going to be looking at today is the area. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the notes. So again, it says write the name of each shape in the space provided, shade the base yellow, label the base with an orange B, and write the formula of B. Now remember, big B stands for the area of your base. And we also want to label the height of the shape as H in purple, and if possible, label the radius red and diameter green. And again, you are only going to do that if if your base shape is a circle. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom into number 1. So looking at number 1, the shape that this net creates is a rectangular prism. Now, what a net is, if you take your 3D shape and you unfold it, you unwind all of the sides, this is what your shape will look like. Now, our base is going to be right here. Now, you can tell that this is your base. It's because if it's a prism, it's going to be the flaps that are going outside of your, off of your net. Now, if it's pyramid, it's going to be another thing, and I will explain that whenever we get there. But like I said, this is going to be your B, our base. Wrong one. That's going to be our B. Now our height, we want to find the height of our shape. Now the height of our shape is not going to be on our base shape. It's going to be right here. This is going to be the height of our shape. Now, since our base shape is not a circle, we are not going to have a diameter or a radius to identify. But looking at big B, like I mentioned before, that is the area of our base shape. Now, our base shape is a rectangle. So going over here, the area of a rectangle is area equals base times height. So here I'm going to put A equals B times H. Okay, looking at number 2, this net, whenever you put it together, it forms a rectangular pyramid. Now, notice how I said rectangular pyramid. Notice how I said the word rectangular. A lot of people get mixed up with these and assume that your base shape is a triangle. But again, as I mentioned before, it's called a rectangular pyramid. So your base is a rectangle. And again, that's going to be our B. Since my base shape is not a circle, I'm not going to have a diameter or a radius. And right now, you cannot tell the height of your pyramid because the height of our pyramid, you have to have your flaps enclosed. And from the peak of your pyramid straight down, that's going to be your height. So from this, right now, we cannot tell what our height is. But we can determine the area, our big B, we can determine the formula for that. So going here, the area of a rectangle is going to be area equals base times height. So right here, I'm going to put A equals base times height. Okay, looking at number 3. This shape, whenever you fold it all together, is going to be a triangular prism. Now again, notice how I said the word triangle. So that tells me that my base is going to be the triangle and not the squares. So this is going to be my base. Now going over here, again, I don't have a diameter or a radius because my base shape is not a circle. Now when it comes to the height of my prism, it's going to be this side right here. If I were to do this point right here, this is just the height of my base shape. I want to know the overall height of my 3D image, which is going to be right here. Now it's asking me for B, big B, which again is the area of my base shape. So going over here, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So right here for B, I'm going to put 1/2 base times height. Okay, so now looking at number 4. Now this shape, whenever you fold it all together, is going to be a cylinder. Okay, so now my base shape is going to be a circle. So this is my base shape, B. Now, looking here between my diameter and my radius. Now, remember, the diameter is a line that goes all the way across my shape. So that's going to be D. Now, my radius only goes halfway. So that's going to be right here, up top. Now, for the height of my shape is going to be this side right here. I want to know the overall height of my 3D image. So now whenever it comes to finding big B, which again is the area of my base, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So over here, I'm going to type in pi, and the alt code for pi is going to be alt 227. I'm going to multiply that by r squared, and to get squared, you're going to type in alt 0178. So that is all the information you need to know about a cylinder. Now, next, number 5, this net forms a cone. Now, my base shape on a cone is going to be a circle. Now, again, this is my base. So this is B. Now, in this circle here, I have a line only going halfway. So that tells me that this is the radius. Now my diameter goes all the way across, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this circle right here this line's gonna be my diameter. Now when it comes to my height, looking at my cone, whenever I fold this whenever I fold this net, the height of my cone is going to be right here. This tells me that from this peak, it goes straight down and it forms a 90-degree angle here. And this is my height, this line going straight up and down. Now, whenever it comes to B, again, that stands for the area of my base. So going over here, my base shape was a circle. So again, area equals pi r squared. So here, this is going to be A equals pi is alt 227 times r, and then squared, I press alt 0178. Okay, for number 6, this is going to be a triangular pyramid. Now, while my base shape is a pyramid, you have to be careful on which triangle you circle. Now, remember, in pyramids, your base shape is going to be the shape in the middle of all your flaps. So this middle triangle is going to be my base shape, and that is going to be a big B. Okay, I do not have a diameter or a radius because my base shape is not a circle. Now, when it comes to your height of your pyramid, on a net, you cannot determine that right now because if I were to take the height of one of my flaps, this is what we call a slant height. We will not know the height of this shape until we have folded all of our flaps in. We look at the peak and it'll be straight down. That'll be my height. So here I can't determine my height. But looking at B, which is the area of my base shape is a triangle. So looking here, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So going down here to number 6, I'm going to put A equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, and that was day 2 of going over 3D shapes. This time we were going over nets. Go ahead and complete your assignment.